Long drive, long night, the best night of my life with you right in your hand, on my hand. The thought of arriving kinda feels like dying. I don't want to go home and be alone. Could we stay out? Could you drive a little slow, no matter where we go?
Oh, good morning, boys and girls. Mornings are such an amazing time of the day, aren't they? When you have a cappuccino. That's my dirty little secret. Joking. Not joking, it's a beautiful cappuccino. I love to start the morning with a bit of breathing, a bit of meditation, a bit of yoga, a bit of coffee, a bit of exercise, and then off we're into the kitchen, cook some breakfast, so come along. We need to talk about this pineapple, seriously. This cast iron pan is really hot, and then pineapple in, and it really brings out the flavor. I mean, you gotta have a good excuse if you want to put a perfectly nice fruit into a hot pan. Pineapple is that excuse. Dayu, come on, let's go have a look at Dayu. This is basically about a princess who is part of this majestic land, and she's cooking breakfast, and very skillfully. We're lazy. We were drinking cappuccino as Dayu was baking off these amazing sourdough breads, right, Dayu? Yeah. Take some credit. Yeah? Dayu, what are we making? Profiteroles. I just thought of a new recipe, and poor Dayu is going to have to learn it. But the lucky thing is she'll learn things within seconds. So 4 duck eggs straight from the rice fields, 150 grams of flour, pinch of sea salt, and 125 milliliters of the finest bintang beer. I'm joking. Dayu's father has been drinking bintang, yeah? No. And empty bottle, and her mother is making coconut oil. It was hard work, the finest coconuts from the local village. Even the lid of this bottle is made from a coconut shell, and the stuff that's inside of here is absolutely delicious. We put 250 ml of water and 125 ml of coconut oil in a pan. Right now it's boiling. As it's boiling, yeah, turn up the heat, and Dayu, yeah, you put this flour in, and we just start stirring away. Go on, you go, you go, girl. Stir, okay? Flour in there. So in a sense, this starts cooking, okay? So to fill the profiteroles, we've made a cream filling using peanut butter, coconut milk, and banana, and some duck egg yolks. So it's naturally very creamy, rich and delicious, naturally dairy free as well. Good to go. So that's our mixture. Let it cool down for about 5 minutes. So it's kind of, you're able to touch it. Now you start mashing it up. And we're just going to go one by one. We're going to add in those amazing duck eggs. And it's actually a little bit tricky. I like to use a strong pan and a potato masher. And that seems to be the best way to work in these duck eggs, unless you want to use a little hand mixer. But we don't use a lot of electricity here because we're on solar power. So we're going to use this potato masher. Beautiful little profiteroles, they're puffed up in the oven like that. And you simply grab them, you put your cream into a piping bag, and you just simply pipe into one of those profiteroles. Look at that. Fill them up all the way, and you place them onto a plate. So our breakfast is pretty much good to go, and I wouldn't be Chef Simon if I wouldn't drizzle these profiteroles with a luscious mixture of raw cacao, palm honey, and some of that amazing locally produced coconut oil. Magnificent nuts, of course, and a lot of them grow in East Bali. And there's a fantastic social enterprise there doing a lot of work with the local community and producing what I think are very, very fine cashew nuts. So I love to support them and buy their nuts. But I add a little bit to them by putting them into my smokehouse, and I smoke them over jackwood chips, which gives them this amazing smoky depth. And I glaze them with a tiny bit of sweet soy sauce as well, before roasting them up in the oven. And then I make this stuffed tomato. Right, this little baby here, tomato, get rid of the seeds, and I make a stuffing with those smoked cashews, with the sourdough breadcrumbs, and then get all your spices going like nutmeg, touch cinnamon, chili powder, tons of garlic, shallots, and put one of those little, and coconut oil, and put another smoked cashew on the top, and we're going to roast those up in the oven until crispy. It beats having a sausage for breakfast. I'm serious. Okay, so I like using silicon. I have done some research. I can't find any negative health effects of silicon, as far as I know. And it saves using all this baking paper. You know, it saves creating all this waste. So silicon, as you can see, the quiche that we made last night, and I like to make a quiche the night before, came out really easily. I call this the rainbow quiche. It's got the best of our vegetable garden inside of here, and it's stuffed with all these fragrant herbs. And we're going to just cut it up and put it into the oven, give it a slight heat up, and serve it for breakfast with a delicious homemade pesto. Alrighty? So people love to have porridge for breakfast. When you think of porridge, you think of oats. But I just completely rethought it. How about a bit of sweet potato, a bit of banana, a bit of pineapple, a bit of ginger, a bit of cinnamon, a bit of coconut, a pinch of sea salt, and you'd be surprised how well it works. It turns into this really creamy consistency as the sweet potato starts to gently break down, thickening the porridge. It is rather delicious, and have that for breakfast when you're in the tropics instead.
With you right in your hand on my hand, the thought of arriving kinda feels like dying. I don't want to go home and be alone. Could we stay out? Could you drive a little slow? Don't matter where we're going, as long as I'm with you, we can take the long way.
So, nice savory start of the day are these green vegetables straight from the garden, quickly blanched and seasoned with some soy sauce and a bit of sesame. I don't take any credit, because these two angels here, these two heroes, they've pretty much cooked all of this. Now you make this amazing pesto. Tons of herbs fresh from the garden to go with this quiche. And look at all this pretty decoration. Who does that? Yeah? There we go, that's our hero right here. And there's your cashew, smoked cashew tomato, like I showed you the recipe before, straight out of the oven. So we have about 2 minutes left, and all our guests who have just been doing yoga are going to hit this buffet really, really hard. So let's get cracking. Beautiful sourdough bread. Beautiful thick crust on there. Homemade peanut butter. And a range of jams that we make without boiling the fruit. We keep it nice and fresh. Dragon fruit, banana, and papaya and ginger. Alright. So anyone who doesn't want any of that stuff, they can still find a bit of comfort in a big slice of bread with peanut butter. I'm feeling juicy, baby. Green juice, orange juice, mix it all up. Crunchy granola made with coconut, cashews, lots of different spices, palm sugar, and then a really nice, light, fresh cashew milk. And have a look at these fruits. This is fun. I mean, look at the striking color on this purple dragon fruit, and the papaya, and the mango, and all of it is straight from our garden. Star fruit right off the tree, a couple of types of melon, and all of that together the cashew milk, the granola, the fruit. Really nice lifestyle.
Drive a little slow, I'm ready to go home. I'd rather stay with you. We can take the long way out to the country, out of town. Let's get lost, I don't wanna be found. Let's get away now and be careful not to crash. There's no defrost and we're steaming the glass. You in the road, have a generous shoulder. We could pull over and say we took the long way.